I've always been a dreamer.
Chelsea!
Always wanted to make something meaningful of my life. But the path to following my purpose was far different than I expected. In 2022, I was really burned out from YouTube. I had spent the past 2 years of my life posting every single week on top of having a full-time job, seeing little results, and draining myself with a mindset that prioritized productivity over creativity. It prioritized output over the joy of the whole process of doing it. I was so focused on making my dream happen that I didn't even stop to think if I liked the way that it felt to live out that dream. So many of us go through our lives working towards things that we don't even know if we want. We save our happiness for the weekends, limit our dreams before we even reach for them, and never ask what it's all for. So, as I hustled at something without even stopping to ask if I enjoyed it, I started to feel completely depleted. I felt like a failure. I felt so unsure of what I wanted to do, but I knew that I couldn't make another video. So I did the thing I was most afraid of, and I gave up. And honestly, it's the best thing I could have done for myself. The courage to pause. Something special happens when we give up on a dream that's no longer working for us. What happens is that we tell life that for us, it's not about the material accomplishments, but rather it's about the way that we want to feel. And let me tell you, the pause of letting a dream go and sitting in the empty space that's left over in that letting go, it can be a really scary place. You start to question who you are without the dreams that you once held for yourself. You start to question who you are if you never accomplished anything in your life. You start to ask these deep questions that we spend so much of our lives being afraid of. So, I let go of YouTube. I spent a lot of time in Hawaii, spent a lot of time at the beach. I continued my work that I was doing as a podcast producer. I started analyzing my productivity guilt. I fell in love with watercolor painting and writing. My stomach lining eroded. I made amazing friendships. Oh, and my entire town burned down. That is a different story for a different time. But all the while, I started working on a creative project that would push me to the limits and teach me so much about myself. But we'll talk about that later. From the outside, these seemingly random things that I spent the past 3 years of my life doing may look like a distraction, but actually it was the first time in my life that I really gave myself the permission to play with life, to get connected to my creativity, and to start to ask not just what did I want in my life, but how did I want to feel in my life? You see, the detours that we take when we make space for ourselves are not a break from our purpose. I actually think that they're the glue that holds our purpose together. Those in-between moments that tell us what we really want from life. We may live in that world that tells us we have to keep hustling and moving forward in order to accomplish anything in life, but in reality, something happens when we take that pause and start to listen to what we actually want to do. Life starts to speak to us, and what it has to say is pretty special. Great ideas come from the void. You'll find that when you take space, life will start to uncover what you're meant to do. It's like you've stopped running on the hamster wheel, you've taken a breath, and now there's enough spaciousness and emptiness within you that life can start to tell you what's next. You start to have new ideas, you start to have a new direction, things start to feel exciting to you again. I think life always has a way of revealing to us what our purpose is or what the next step is, but it's a lot easier to listen to that if we're quiet. At first, it might just be a whisper, a hand outreaching from the void, but eventually, it'll become this inner compass that guides your life. Enter July 2022. where I got the idea for a docu-series that I would spend the next 3 years of my life working on. And this was a project that made me go from someone who always wanted to make films to someone who was far more capable of actually making them. But the pathway of doing that was not easy at all. Enter the path of devotion. When you find a worthy idea, something that you want to give your whole heart to bringing into this world, the pathway to doing so won't always be easy. Some days you'll feel like a failure. Some days you'll feel lost. Some days you'll even feel disconnected from the reason why you're doing it at all. But the path of devotion is not shaped by doing easy things only. It's shaped by the moment-to-moment choice of choosing what we actually want for ourselves. But this devotion is not just to our craft. It's also to the person that we want to be, the person that brings this project into the world. So when I was working on my docu-series, I wasn't just focusing on trying to get the episodes done. I was trying to do it from a space of creativity and inspiration, which was so counterintuitive to the way that I made videos in the past, which was all centered around productivity. I wanted something that was made in a new way. I wanted it to be made from this sense of joy as opposed to a sense of lack. And so I did. And again, it took way longer than expected, which brings me to the next point. Surrendering to life's timelines. When you find that goal that's worth reaching for, it does not happen on the timing of your mind. It's actually wild, but I think that when we reach into that creative void and pull an idea out, it almost has its own intelligence. And because of that, it tends to have its own idea of when it should best come into the world. I spent a lot of time seeing people blow up on social media and, being around a lot of amazing successes of the people that I know. And I was really happy for them, but there were times when I genuinely felt like a failure because I was just sitting in my living room working on this project that would not be seen by the world for years and years to come. But you know what? That journey of surrender is part of what made this process so special for me. Because I think that surrender is essential for all components of life. When we let go of the idea in our mind of what our life, our purpose, our dreams, our work, anything that we do has to look like, when we let go of that, we open ourselves to something that is far greater than we could have ever imagined. Great work will transform you. Great art is not about the end product. It's about the person that we become in the process of making it. The years I spent working on this, the countless hundreds of hours I spent at my desk and also filming, they were not for nothing. Outside of the end product, which will be released very soon, it took me on a journey that grew me. Each passing month taught me new things about myself. It taught me how to overcome fears. It taught me how to heal my relationship to productivity and creativity. And it taught me how to find fun in it all. But mostly, it made me the person that I needed to be in order to bring this into the world. A worthy goal will always make you transform into a more whole version of yourself. Which brings me to today, where after 3 years, I am just a few weeks away from sharing this project with you. All I can tell you right now is that it is a deeper exploration on everything that we've been talking about, exploring creativity, fulfillment, and what it takes to truly craft a life of your own making. I'm going to share more in the trailer, which is, again, the next video that's going to be posted on this channel, but I mostly just wanted to sit down and drop in because it has been years since I have caught up on this channel and shared where I've been. But mostly I really wanted to just give you a boost of encouragement because I know how hard it can sometimes be to follow your dreams. But I just want you to know that your dreams are worth it. Your joy is worth it. The things that you want in your life are worth it. Your purpose is worth it. And I think if you choose that every single day, in whatever way that you can, life will start to unfold in the most beautiful of ways.